Hi boys and girls, it's Miss Human. This week we're going to be making some nature inspired art because it was a beautiful weekend. Hopefully everybody was able to get outside and enjoy some of this beautiful time. So we're going to start by reading a book that I love. I might have read to some of you all already, called Finding Wild by Megan Wagner Lloyd, and pictures are by Abigail Halpin. What is wild, and where can you find it? Wild is tiny and fragile and sweet baby new. It pushes through cracks and crannies and steals back forgotten places. Sometimes wild is so tricky you have to squint to see it, and then there are times you can't possibly miss it. Wild creeps and crawls and slithers, it leaps and pounces and shows its teeth. Wild is full of smells, fresh mint, ancient caves, sun-baked desert, sharp pine, salt sea, every scent begging you to drink it in. Wild is forest fire hot and icicle cold. It's as smooth as the petals of poppies and as rough as the fierce face of the mountain. Watch out, wild can hurt, itch, burn, ouch, sting. But wild can also soothe, gentle breeze, cheering sun, soft rain. Wild keeps many secrets waiting to be discovered, like its candy, honey from bees and sap from trees, swift melting snowflakes and juices bursting blackberries. Wild roars and barks and hisses and brays, its storm, thunder, and wind whispers. Wild sings. Sometimes wild is buried too deep, and it seems like the whole world is clean and paved, orderly and tidy. You can look, and all you can see are streets and cars and buildings so high they hide the sky. And then, just when you're about to give up, there it is again. Old and worn and still standing strong. Wild. I like that picture because it reminds me of the fact that we live in Boston. So we live in a city where there's some big tall buildings and lots of concrete and pavements. But wild does seem to have a way of finding its way through the sidewalk cracks into the parks and Jamaica Pond and the Emerald Necklace in our backyards. So even though it might seem sometimes like the wild is disappearing from a place like Boston, or maybe in the winter when it's cold, we see some of that. There's little butterflies that'll fly into our yard and remind us, or when we look out the window and see a big thunderstorm and all the lightning and big clouds, we can remember that wild really is right there with us, even here in the city.